Hi, my name is Nisha. I'm a physiotherapist and yoga instructor, and today I'll be taking you through a bolster yoga sequence. Now, this sequence will take under 10 minutes and it'll allow you to relax and drop into your parasympathetic nervous system, so your state of rest and digest. So we'll get started with our bolster at the top of the mat, and then we'll come to sit with the bolster right in at the base of your lower back, and then slowly rolling down onto your bolster. Now, if this feels uncomfortable on your lower back, you can try just lifting up your hips, tucking your tailbone so you're creating a pelvic tilt, keeping that length in your lower back and slowly placing the hips back down. If it's still uncomfortable here, I'd suggest actually lying on the bolster. So you're going to start by sitting on the bolster right at the bottom and then lying back so that the bolster is supporting your whole spine. If that's more comfortable, then stick with this option. I'm going to keep my hips on the ground. So I'm getting this nice little back bend happening into my lower back and into my upper back, my thoracic a little as well. And then we bring the arms out wide, about 45 degrees from the body, and the palms facing up, so bringing the shoulders into a neutral position. Breathing into the front of your chest, into the belly, and then as you breathe out, allow yourself to settle here. Hips become heavy. Let your shoulders relax onto the bolster. Taking another deep breath in, and just taking this time to check in with yourself and notice how you're feeling. Just noticing, no need to try and change anything, just tuning in with what is there. On your next deep breath, we'll start to bring the arms out wide slowly. So I'm bringing the arms through this big snow angel, bringing them all the way behind my head so that they're reaching away from my feet. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, bring the arms wide through snow angel back to the sides, and we're moving slowly, really feeling the stretch through each part of the movement. Inhale to bring the arms up above the head, reaching away from your feet. Keep your chin tucked in, and as you breathe out, the arms come wide. Continue the movement with your breath. Inhale to bring the arms up above the head, reaching away from your feet. Keep your chin tucked in. Breathing out, feeling the stretch across the front of your chest. If it's too intense, you can take your arms a little higher away from the floor. You shouldn't be pushing through any pain or pinching in the shoulders. Keep the hands close to the floor, maybe even touching the floor if possible, depending on your shoulder mobility. And then the next time your arms come above your head, taking a really deep breath in all the way to the bottom of the belly. Breathing out and hold here for a moment in the stretch. I'm connecting my fingertips all together. And then as I breathe in, start to lift the arms so the hands point up towards the ceiling. Hands above the chest. As you breathe out, start to open the arms wide into this big wide T stretch. Maybe your hands come to touch the ground. Inhale to bring the arms behind the head, away from the feet, stretching. Really deep breath into the bottom of the belly, and then breathing out to let the shoulders drop. Let the hips be heavy. Let your arms kind of hang into the stretch. So I'm feeling this Nice stretch into my lats actually along the outside of the rib cage here. Inhale to bring the arms above the chest, pointing towards the ceiling. Really deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, open the arms wide. You can always speed up this sequence or slow it down depending on your breath. Deep breath in above the head. And then remember, as we breathe here, we just soften into the stretch. Kind of let the hands hang behind the head. I feel a bit of a stretch into my lats and triceps. Breathing in to lift above the chest. One more sequence. And this time, as you bring your hands above the chest, pointing towards the ceiling, we'll hold the arms in this position and start to lift the hips up. Pressing down through the heels, tuck the chin as you squeeze the glutes, the bottom muscles. Deep breath in, I start to bring the hands above my head. If this is comfortable for your shoulders, you can keep the arms here as you roll down slowly, returning the pelvis to the floor. Taking your time, you'll feel this like nice opening stretch all the way along your spine. Inhale to lift up through the hips. And you're also following along, even if you're on the bolster, you might explore coming off the bolster just a little with your pelvis, only lowering as far as is comfortable for your lower back. There shouldn't be any pinching or pain. Deep breath in to lift, squeeze the glutes. Exhale to roll down slowly. How slow can we make the movement? Bringing the awareness to the synchronization of body movement and breath. Deep, expansive breath in as you lift up. And slow movement as you breathe out. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more relaxed now that we've really been doing a lot of stretches for our diaphragm here. Diaphragm is a big muscle under your rib cage. So you might feel it, especially at the point where you're lowering your hips towards the ground. I can feel the stretch into my diaphragm. And it's really important to stretch this muscle because it really signals to the body that we can relax. Our vagus nerve runs through the diaphragm. Our vagus nerve plays a big role in our parasympathetic nervous system. After your next movement, we'll come to take the hands behind the head, the hips coming down to the bolster or the floor, and then I'm lifting my head up, I'm rolling up slowly, and I'm hugging my knees to roll into a little ball here. Take a deep breath into the back of the lungs. Really expand through the back of the rib cage. And then breathing out to squeeze and hug a little tighter. Coming to sit, you might like to sit in cross-legged. You can even sit on your bolster to close this little sequence. I find it really comfy on the bolster because it gives this nice lift through the hips and pelvis. Deep breath in. We'll bring the hands to connect above the crown of the head. Notice how the shoulders are moving, hopefully nice and easily. And then drawing the hands down to heart center. Deep breath in here. You might like to take a moment to thank yourself for making time for your practice. And
I'd like to thank you for your trust, your studentship, and for watching along. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you.